afternoon, folks. This is Kimberly Jesika reporting in live tonight on a very cold, rainy day in Hollywood, California from WKIM FM radio 61.1. You can catch us on iHeartRadio. Tonight, we are going to be interviewing a very fascinating young lady. I have to tell you already, guys, I totally love her accent. I have this thing for, people that are from the west side of town, also known as the UK, because, I'm an 80s teenager. I'm giving myself away. And I love the Pet Shop Boys, West End girls. So I have a very interesting young lady on the line with us. She is a funny person. And when I say funny, literally, I mean funny. She is a professional actress born in the UK. She's known for her vivid style, bright eyes, and big smile. She's built a successful career in the television, theater, music, and stand-up comedy industries. You can also catch her in Diary of Anne Frank, in which she played Anne, Crime Team, and she can be also seen performing alongside celebrities such as Charlie Sheen and Hilary Duff in She Wants Me. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to welcome none other than Hayley Gilbert. Hayley, how are you today?
Hi, I'm really well. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you getting by on this cold night?
I actually really love it. It makes me feel like I'm back in the UK.
Oh, my goodness. So can you tell us exactly what part of the UK you're from? I already know, but, our listeners want to know straight from the horse's mouth.
I'm from London. I'm from West London, so more like Notting Hill way. But like I say, I really miss it. I miss a lot of the culture. And, it's really funny because I really, enjoy the heat. Like, I want the warm weather. But now that I've been out here so long, I really do miss the seasons.
Oh, well, you know what? Do you go back and visit often?
I'm going back hopefully around March, so I'm looking forward to that.
Wonderful. Well, Hayley, can you give us a little bit of an idea? What got you into comedy? I mean, you're at quite a few places doing some stand-up work, but what brought you into comedy?
It's really funny because when I came out here, I met a lot of people and they were inviting me to their stand-up comedy shows. So, I go to like the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory, and I'd watch all of these shows and I would always be there sitting in the audience thinking, I can do that. So I started, taking some lessons and I just got myself out there. I just met people, I networked, and before I know it, I'm up at Flappers and the Ha Ha Comedy Club, and I absolutely love it.
Awesome. So what's going on for you right now? Because, you've got some things going on. What specifically do you have going on right now in terms of your career? Because, this is, you pretty much have mastered, the whole thing with comedy. You pretty much have mastered that.
I mean, I've just done 2 shows. I just did a show at Flappers, and it was a talent contest. So the idea was a bit like The Voice, but for comedy.
Oh.
So I was a judge.
Wow.
And it was a lot of fun. I got to work with Amir K and Eric Schwartz, 2 really great comedians, and a lot of talented contestants. And it was an absolute ball to work on. I really enjoyed it.
What now? You said you were a judge, or were you one of the contestants?
I was a judge.
Oh my goodness! Now where can we watch this?
It's actually a live show. So it's like a live show that you can, hopefully, now that they've done this show, we're going to keep it rolling throughout the year. But it was their first show, when was it? It was on Sunday.
Wow. Now, how does it feel being a judge, being on the other end of the spectrum?
It's really hard because I know, I haven't really been doing stand-up comedy myself that long. And, everyone's really only got 5 minutes to give their best. But I want to award everybody. I want to give everybody 5 stars. Everyone was, really funny. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, like I really enjoyed it. I felt it like a Simon Cowell kind of thing. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And like I say, you know, I've been doing stand-up a long, you know, myself. To be, you know, approached to be a judge on the show, I was really flattered.
That's amazing. Like, you know, Simon Cowell, I love Simon. And, you know, that's an amazing concept to have it where, you know, it's kind of like a show from, you know, So You Think You Could Dance or, you know, American, you know, whichever, you know, any of those type of judgy shows where you're able to sit as a judge and be able to really help people hone their skills, learn their skills, as well as become comfortable in their skin as comedians. I think that that's an amazing concept, Hayley.
Yeah, I mean, everything in this industry is all about feedback and being able to grow as a performer. And for that as well, you know, that's what I like about The Voice, you know, in itself, like the singing contest, because it's not judging on the way the person looks. It's really, you actually have to really hear what somebody is saying and what they're doing. So I really love the whole concept.
I think it's amazing. Now, you also, you landed your first role at the world famous London, Palladium?
The London Palladium. That was
Palladium.
when I,
yeah.
So basically, the London Palladium, it's a West End theatre in the UK, and it was really funny because I basically just graduated from drama school, and I auditioned. I hadn't told my family that I was going to go and audition. And I remember when I got the letter in the post, they were like, "Oh, congratulations, you know, we'd love to have you at the London Palladium to play the part as a paperboy." And I remember I went up to my mum and I was like, "Oh my gosh, Mum, you're not going to believe it. Like, I've been cast at, you know, the London Palladium." And she didn't believe me. And
wow.
how many times I was telling her, she was like, "I know you haven't. Stop lying to me. You haven't. Hayley, it's not funny."
Oh my gosh.
And when I showed her the letter, she was like, "Oh my God." And like, she was on the phone to like the whole entire family and friends and screaming.
She was
and
so
stuff.
proud of her baby.
Yeah, I mean, she was really, you know, that's just one of her moments in life where, like mothers, like that's one of her, you know, my biggest achievements to her. So, when they, talk to their friends or they meet people, she'll be like, "Oh yes, my daughter's in Hollywood and, she was at the London Palladium," and, that's just one of her, things that she likes to mention.
How was it working? There's nothing like a parent that's super proud of their kid. I trust me, it's a beautiful feeling as a parent and as a kid to have your parent approve of you. Like as kids, that's what we strive for, is our parents to approve of us. What was it like? I see here that you've worked with Hilary, Duff, as well as Charlie Sheen. What was it like standing side by side with these people, working with them after knowing and seeing them on TV for all these years?
I mean, for me, it was obviously really great. Like, I grew up watching them. And, even for me, I get a little bit starstruck and, was really nervous at, meeting these people. But as far as my family, my mum doesn't know who they are. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
My mum has no idea, my sister, like, even now, like, because I work with a lot of, like, comedians, famous comedians. So, just at the weekend, I was working with Eric Myers and Ruben Paul. I'm working with these people all the time, but, like I say, like my sister kind of knows, but my parents, it kind of doesn't really mean that much to them. Do you know what I mean?
Wow. Right. You also played the part of Anne Frank. How was that for you? How did you feel about playing such a powerful part? I mean, Anne Frank is so famous,
That's probably the best thing that if I was to look at my career, that's probably the best thing that I could probably say that I've done, as in performance-wise, because it's an historical figure that everybody knows about, and you can tell a story And you get to do so much research and delve into like the whole background of the character, and there's a certain weight on you as a performer because everybody, like I say, knows the story. They have expectations. But for me, that's probably like, even though, you mentioned the London Palladium, but even though it was, a fairly, small theatre back in the UK, it was, for me, probably one of my biggest achievements because it was, it was Anne Frank. It was, a great, juicy role for me to play, if you like.
Well, we're down to our time. Is there anything that you want the world to know about you and what you're doing and how we can get in touch with you to follow your amazing career?
Obviously just look me up on social media, Hayley Angela 48. But otherwise, I've got a few a few projects in the pipeline, but you can't always talk about them.
Right.
But as far as my stand-up comedy shows go, look out for me at Flappers and the Ha Ha Comedy Club. The Ha Ha, I normally produce a show on the 12th of each month. I'm the host, so you can
wow.
see me there.
Yay! Well, this has been a wonderful, wonderful interview. I'm so moved by your story about your mom and, playing Anne Frank. It's funny because I was doing some research on her not too long ago, and, her father had remarried. And I was reading where, his new wife and family were kind of, resentful, so to speak, because, they couldn't live up to her. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I just found her story to be fascinating, with just everything that she had been through. She had found time to write in her diary. And that's just an amazing thing that you did there. And I just want to applaud you for that.
I think it's, a great inspiration. So,
it just shows you what people go through when, and it just shows you the resilience of people, even on their last hour of their thoughts. As they're going through something as hard as what she went through, her and her family.
This is what I love about comedy, For me, going into because I was known a lot for doing more drama, but for me, comedy is it really doesn't matter. You can have a voice, you can send a message. It really doesn't matter what nationality you are, what race you are, where you're from, how rich, how poor you are. It's the one thing that brings everybody together. We all want, to laugh, and I really love the stand-up comedy, and I hope 2017 brings a lot more.
Well, thank you so much for interviewing with us today here at the Glam Reports radio show at WKIM FM 61.1. You can catch us on iHeartRadio. We thank you so much for interviewing with us. We hope to have you back, and we wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors. You have done some amazing things, and in such a short amount of time, and I can't wait to see what else is going to come up for you in the future. So thank you very much, and have a happy, happy holiday.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, folks. This is Kimberly Jesika reporting in live today on a rainy Hollywood night. Take care, folks. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, guys.